everybody. This is Jason.
This is Pete.
And this is the Lost Legions podcast. And what are we here to talk to you today about, Pete?
A bit about where the hell we've been, I guess. And hobby burnout in general, right?
Yes. So, I think these are two things that will fit together and kind of touch on sort of where we've been and what we've been up to. Some of us more than others.
Hey, I've been busy.
Yeah, you've been very busy. But yeah, we're back in the saddle. I think we both missed podcasting, and we wanted to get back and jump back in and start talking to you guys again. So why don't we talk about maybe what we were doing leading up to our little break?
Yeah, cool. So we ran our event, didn't we, in Cardiff at Firestorm. I don't think we've spoken about that at all.
No,
especially not on the podcast, right? So yeah, that was
spoken about it to each other.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, many times. No, but we had a blast, didn't we? It was really good fun. It was a fantastic turnout for everyone. For those of you that might remember, and for those of you that came along, the campaign map was really cool. I think how we had this huge map drawn up by your good friend and colleague, right? Giles? Yeah.
Giles did it for us, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Giles. It's very kind of you. It was cool. We had a load of planet cards on there, and we were each end of each mission, there'd be the planets would flip into loyalist or traitor control. And it was just a really cool event. Good excuse to throw some dice down.
It was really interesting because it was broken up into 3 sections, and the way the planets worked, they would go from neutral, and then from neutral they could flip to loyalist or traitor, and then if they were 1 again, they would flip back to neutral. And at one point, because of the way it worked, it was whoever controlled the most sectors, won that round. And there's 3 sectors, so people were standing around the campaign map near the end of the rounds, waiting for results to come in to see who would flip it. And we were just laughing at one point because somebody was like, this is like election day when the results are coming in from the different polls. And there was one point where I think it might have been this last round or the second last round, we had 7 people standing around the campaign map, and that last game to come in was literally right next door, and no one's gathered around the table. Everybody's gathered around the campaign map, and I just started laughing, and someone's like, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, let's send a runner. And we walked over, and we're like, how's it going, guys? But yeah, the campaign map worked out. It was far more engaging than I thought it would be, and it was just really good fun. And yeah, thanks again for everybody for coming out. Thanks for the support, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the last sort of thing that we pretty much did, didn't we, for with the Lost Legions? That was September, wasn't it, I think? So yeah, I've been a bit quiet on the whole. I've had a lot of stuff going on with work, and I've got a baby on the way, for those that don't know. Oh, and me mentioning babies has broken Jason's camera entirely by the looks of it. It's fully gone. We will be back in a minute, I think. Right. It's completely gone.
It's working on Discord.
Weird. So it's not working on my Discord. Can you stop your camera on Discord and restart it?
Yep.
All right.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is it back?
We're back.
Okay. So if that happens again, what we can do is I will just let me know, and I'll do an instant camera to edit, and then we can just edit this part out.
Yeah.
Or you can edit this part. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
let's launch back into it.
So yeah, we're back from Jason's depixelation mode, which was good fun. Seems to be. Hang on. It did it. I think we're okay now. I think it did it again. Right, we're back. So the mention of babies made Jason all but dematerialize in front of our face. So that was good fun. But yeah, anyway, I've been busy with a number of things going on. I've actually been playing a lot of Bolt Action as well for my sins, which we won't go into here because this is a Horus Heresy podcast, of course. But I am interested in getting back into playing some games. We've actually got an event this weekend coming up, haven't we, Jay?
Yeah. So that's something that like we are pretty excited about, and like Pete has been coming up, and like Pete's, like I said, Pete's said he's been playing a lot of bolt action. He's roped me in. I've played a few games and actually find it pretty fun. It's very different than Heresy, but like definitely a fun game unto itself. It's a nice break from kind of Games Workshop games if you want to try something completely different. I like how I'm proselytizing it, and you're the big bolt action fan, and I'm the one who's like, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I mean, I kind of approached Pete about this event, which we had scheduled, and like you've slowly been getting more and more excited about it. Like when Pete, you started getting ideas about lists and sending me ideas for lists and like different legions that you want to do. Probably keeping that a surprise. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see what.
Well, yeah.
See what the budget can allow for as well, right?
We don't want this to turn into another Thousand Suns incident.
Oh no, yeah, I forgot I mentioned about that. Anyway, So as Jay said, getting close towards the event. We're recording this on a Monday. The event is on this coming Saturday. Jay's coming down for it and staying at mine as well. So just super, getting that pre-event excitement going, which is good. It's been a while to have that feeling. So, but what about you, Jay? You've been busy. You've been to a few Heresy events, haven't you? I
played Heresy I went to a one-day Heresy on the Hill event. I got picked up by my friend Matt. He drove me down there. It was really good, really fun. Saw a bunch of the usual suspects were there, and it was just generally a really good time. Like, had a blast. Play the Wolves, who I haven't played in a while, which was kind of nice. Cool, yeah. So it was definitely good fun. I forgot how fast the Wolves are. They're so freaking fast. Like, they're just like, boom, blink and you'd miss them. Like, they're just like, hi, I'll be your close combat guy for today. And yeah, that's just ABC, dude. Always be charging. Yeah. That's the rule that Lehman Russ put out.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to dabble with some new legions and stuff. I think I love the Emperor's Children, but I think it might be a good time coming out of this hobby burnout to look at a new project as well. So do you think that brings us on nicely to talk a bit about a hobby burnout, I guess, or not? Or how do you feel? How do you want to do it?
Well, I thought we first talk about what we're going to take to the event.
Of course, so that makes more sense. It's been a while. Yes.
So, and then look at a couple weeks for some hobby burnout progress, baby. What are you going to take for your? Like, what are you leaning towards for your list? Like, what are you looking at for your big sojourn back into a hobby?
So my Emperor's Children list of old will be coming back out ultimately, just to give me something to play with that I know how it works. I haven't forgotten too many of the core rules as well, which is important, right? So we're doing a load of Terminators and a load of Spartans, some Dreadnought support, quite high elite, low model count, simple army to use on the tabletop, and I'm excited about that. I'm actually going to be borrowing some of your Blood Angels. So this event, we have, it's a 3,000 point event with an additional 500 point allied detachment. You have to take a 500 point allied detachment on top. And all the normal rules for taking allies aren't, the restrictions aren't there. So for example, with a Pride of the Legion main force, you can take an allied detachment. So yeah, I'm running some Blood Angels, going for a bit of a murder-themed force, which will be fun to try and see how that runs on the table. They're going to be running the Day of Revelation and dropping down and slicing and dicing and grabbing an objective, hopefully. So that's kind of the idea with them. But yeah, I'm excited.
I love that you went with the murder theme. Like, that's actually really cool. I was like, ooh, well played, Pete. Yeah. Excellent.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm excited.
How do I shove some Blood Angels into some Emperor's Children? Murder, of course.
Too right.
I mean, I'm like, it goes from awkward to, oh yeah. I mean, and this is the thing I love about the Heresy, right? You just shove a little freaking fluff in there, and it becomes like amazing. Like, and you can really get away with it. But then again, I have the same problem with like a lot of times I'm like, oh, who should I take to be with my Night Lords? I'm like, no one likes the Night Lords. Yeah. So no allies. Although according to the allies matrix, for some reason the Death Guard and the Night Lords are best friends.
Big fans, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Weird.
So for me, I'm going to tell a little story. A year ago on Christmas, my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I was like, oh, I want Warhammer. And she was like, no. And I'm like, she just kept asking me, what do you want? I'm like, there's one thing I want for Christmas. And she's like, what? I'm all, Conrad Kurz. And so she was like, what is a Conrad Kurz? So I'm like, oh, he's a very nice gentleman. I think he'd be very happy. He'd be very happy to get it for me. So she bought me Conrad. And like a week later, she's like, is he painted? And I'm like, no. So up this event, I emailed Neil because you had to reserve Primarchs, which is another thing I find really fun about some narrative events. So you don't have like 50 like lions running around.
Yeah.
And I was like, is Kurz taken? And this is like 2 weeks ago. And he was like, surprisingly no. And I was like, my wife's going to be very happy because I'm going to paint him. So like over the past couple of weeks, I've busted out and
oh, there he is, Mr. Kurz.
Mr. Kurz making his first on-camera appearance. Mr. Kurz is now painted in my metallic blue Night Lords, and he will be making his way onto the battlefield with pretty much my normal list. Like, I don't have anything else. I have a 3K list painted, and he'll be, I probably have 4,000 points total now, with two different little side forces. Well, Kurz and a little 500 point side force. But yeah, I'm going to take them. And then I think, I still haven't decided. I might end up with Alpha Legion as my 500 point force. I have a couple of forces I'm like looking off to the side. Maybe Thousand Suns. Maybe I'll squeeze another 500 points of Blood Angels out of there. But that, again, that doesn't work fluff-wise for me, so I guess I can't do that. But yeah, that's kind of my plans right now. So probably Alpha Legion or Thousand Suns to go with the Night Lords.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him. Hopefully we can maybe get a game in. I'm not sure if I'm down as a loyalist or a traitor. We bought these tickets back in February, I think. Yeah, like ages ago. So I need to check like actually which allegiance I'm with, but
maybe I'm just as a loyalist. And
I don't know.
You're going to get alternate Conrad Kurz.
Either way, it would just be good to... I needed to get back into it, right? I need a few games under my belt, and I'll be good to go. Then I can start work on my next Legion, which I won't announce now because Jason's quite right. Don't want to announce something and it never happened. So I'll get some models painted under my belt first. I think that's probably key.
I'll give you a hint. It's not Raven Guard.
That is true.
It's not. Wait, I'm trying to think of other. Oh, it's not Iron Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. I see what you did.
Those are the legions you got rid of. So I'm guessing. Like I'm just giving. I'm giving them a hint.
Yeah.
They have. What they have like. Oh my God! I'm trying to do math. 15 other legions that it possibly could be.
Yeah.
Oh. It's probably not Thousand Suns from what we said either. So 14 legions. Put your guesses in the comments.
I'm sure people don't care that much to guess what I will not probably start, but by all means, as Jay saying, guess and you will win nothing.
You'll win. Maybe you'll win a thumbs up emoji from Pete. Would if you guess the right legion? No guessing multiple legions either. All right, guys. Well,
I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. Good to be back. Pete, good to be podcasting again with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good. Hopefully it's been a little bit of a ramble episode. Us just catching up and checking in with you guys. And we'll have some more specific content with you shortly.
Bye.